y'all, it's Sabrina, and for this week's video, we are doing misconceptions about working at a ski resort. So the reason I'm doing this video is when I first went to apply to work at a ski resort to work a ski season, I was put off by a lot of misconceptions that I thought were true about the job. And when I got there, it turns out most of these weren't true at all. Now, a lot of these things are portrayed in movies about what it's like to work at a ski resort, or you may read in an article online about what the reality is of working at a ski resort. So I'm hoping some of the things I can talk about today will put your mind at ease and get you to go ahead and take that leap and apply to work at a ski resort without these things weighing you down. As always, there are timestamps below, so let's get started. Misconception number 1 is that you need to know how to ski. Now, obviously, if you're gonna be teaching skiing or you're gonna be ski patrol or a lifty, yeah, you need to know how to ski for those jobs. However, there are a ton of jobs at a ski resort that you can work that have nothing to do with skiing. From housekeeping and serving to ticket taker, even rentals. You have a lot of options available to you. Whatever job you are applying for, it will say under the tasks that you need or the requirements that you need to ski. And if it doesn't say that, you're golden and good to go. For people who wonder, why would you work at a ski resort if you don't know how to ski? There are a bunch of reasons. First and foremost, if you don't know how to ski and you're working at a ski resort, that's perfect for someone who is looking to learn to ski. Not only are you getting a free ski pass, but you have all those months of your contract to take the time to get up in the mountain and learn how to do this activity. For those of you who want resort experience, for those of you who want to do a specific job, want to live up in the mountains, need a seasonal job, there are a bunch of different reasons. You do not need to know how to ski in order to work a ski season or work at a ski resort. Number 2 is it's the only way to get a free ski pass. Now, if you're working at a ski resort, odds are you have a free ski pass that you can use whenever you want because you're an employee there, so you get to ski for free. However, it's not the only way to get a free ski pass for the season. There are businesses around the resort or downtown from the resort, like other hotels, clubs, restaurants, and even retail stores, where if you are working for them, your employer provides for you a free ski pass to go up and ski at the resort when you want to. Obviously, this is not for every business, so it's up to you to do the research to find out which employers provide these free ski passes. If you really want a free ski pass, but you don't want to drive up to work in the mountains every day, then this is an option for you. Number 3 is you won't make a lot of money or you won't save a lot of money. The caveat to this is it completely depends on your job and who you are as a person. In my pros and cons video about working at a ski resort, I did say that it was a place where you're not gonna make a lot of money. But that piece of advice was catered toward the people who are just jumping into this for one season and are just there to ski, have fun, not really worry about making a lot of money. If you fit into that category and still wanna make money, then I recommend getting a job like a server or a housekeeper, a job that despite the paycheck itself, you can make a lot off tips. Now, if you don't fit into those categories, there are manager jobs, higher up positions, jobs that allow you to work overtime, or just higher paying jobs in general. If you want it to be, this doesn't have to be a seasonal job. This can be a real job where you work your way up and therefore increase your paycheck. It's also hard to save money in this world because the resort itself, the surrounding restaurants, even the town, since it's a resort town, things are expensive and it's hard not to want to go out and have those experiences and eat at the restaurant instead of cook meals in your room or go out and have a drink with your friends. So it's easy to spend money. But if you really focus on putting some of your paycheck away, cooking your own meals instead of always going out to the restaurants, watching what you spend, you can save money. It just depends on the lifestyle that you want to live. I was caught in the position where I did have a lower paycheck, but I didn't go there having the goal of wanting to make a lot of money or save a lot of money. If you have that goal before you go, and you figure out what job you're going to, you know your paycheck, you know your working hours, and you can even it out where you are able to put so much money away, it is a real possibility. Again, it depends on your job, and depends on the type of person you are and the lifestyle that you want to live. Number 4 is it's something you do when you're young. Now here's the thing. Yes, there are a lot of people there in their early 20s who are there for a gap year or before they go to college because they have the time to spend and they don't have responsibilities weighing them down yet. The type of lifestyle that you can find at a resort for the employees also is catered more toward the relaxed, just want to have fun type of lifestyle. So it's really easy to see why you can feel this job is catered toward those in their early 20s. However, this is a huge misconception. Yes, there are people in their early 20s there, but there are people of all ages at the resort. The majority of people that I passed on my day to work, that I interacted with, and that lived with us at the employee housing site were well into their 30s and 40s. There are people working there at their 50s and 60s. There is no age limit. This is an experience that if you want it, you can go for it. Do not worry about age. You don't have to subscribe to the laid back, chill, crazy lifestyle if you don't want to. You can live whatever lifestyle you want. It's all up to you. Working at a ski resort does not have an age limit. I promise you, you would be surprised at how many people are over the age of 30 when you end up working at a ski resort. Now, this leads me into number 5, which is it's only a gap year job. Yes, this is a great gap year job. Yes, this is a great seasonal job, but it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be. There are a lot of people working ski season jobs that have been there year after year. I met someone who's been working at that resort for 25 years and wants to keep going because this is their lifetime job. There are people who work there, not just from all ages and all locations, but also of all educational backgrounds. There are people working here who have their business or hospitality degree who want to work in the resort industry. There are people who work there all year round because this is the place they want to be. They want to live in the mountains. This is their career. It's not just a gap year. It's up to you if you want it to be just a gap year or a seasonal job that you return to year after year. It's good not to assume everybody at the resort is taking a year from college or is straight out of high school. This leads me into number 6, which is it's only a winter job. Now stay with me on this one. A ski season itself, yes, the ski season takes place during the winter. However, a majority of ski resorts are still open and run during the summer. During the summer, they have summer activities, they do scenic lifts, their hotels, their restaurants are still open, so they still need staff to help them run the resort. Now, one thing I will say is they hire a greater number of staff in the winter because more things are running, they have more to do, than they do in the summer where they hire a much lower percentage of staff. If you want to work at a ski resort year round, or you don't have winter to dedicate, but you can work during the summer, you do have a summer season available to you. Now, obviously it won't be skiing and it'll probably work differently than you expected it or than it was during a normal ski season because it's the summer season and the snow's gone, but it's still a possibility. So if you want this not just to be a seasonal job for you and you want to work at the resort year round, it's definitely doable. You don't have to go crazy trying to find a new seasonal job every summer if you want that ski resort to be your lifelong goal. Number 7 is that you spend all your time on the slopes. So like I said before, if you have the job of a ski instructor or a lifty or ski patrol, yeah, you're gonna spend a majority of time on the slopes. If you're someone who has a nighttime job, you may be able to spend your days on the slopes. However, take into consideration, are you going to be exhausted from working all night and want to just sleep all day instead of getting up and going to the slopes? If you're working a daytime job, you may get to do an hour ski break depending on your job. You may or may not get to do that every day, but something to keep in mind is that when your day job is ended, you're not going to be able to jump up on the slopes. You're going to be heading home because the slopes close at 3 or 4 o'clock. They're not open after dark. Now, this may mean that you only get to get on the slopes during your off time, but also you have to consider during the off time, again, you're going to be tired and want to break. Are you going to explore other things? The main idea is that you're not going to be on the slopes 24/7. It's just something to keep in mind because at the end of the day, your employer lets you ski for free, but they're expecting you to work, so you will be working more than you will be skiing. Lastly, number 8 is that this job allows you to travel. Now, here's the thing. This job allows you to travel to that one town, that one resort town, but for the most part, you're up in the mountains and you're pretty far from civilization. And if you're not someone who has a car and gets 2 days off in a row, you may not be able to get to the nearest town or the nearest national park as much as you want to. If you're international and you're coming over to the US or to Canada, or vice versa, US or Canada going to an international location, one of your goals may be to travel, but this may not be as possible or prominent as you would expect. During your winter season, it's snowing, so a lot of the roads are going to be closed to where you want to go. For example, if you're working a ski season down in Jackson Hole and it's a serious winter, the roads to Yellowstone might be blocked off, so you may not be able to get there all winter and you may have to wait for the summer. So if travel is one of your goals, make sure you are planning time before you start your season or after your season's over in order to travel and get from place to place. So that wraps up today's video. I'm gonna throw in an obvious disclaimer that the stuff I did talk about will depend on the different mountain you're working at, ski resort you're working at, or your experience specifically. So if you agreed or disagreed with anything, please feel free to throw it in the comments below. Hopefully I was able to get rid of some of those misconceptions you had about applying and working for a ski resort. And if you are headed to your ski season, good luck and I hope it's a good one. Until next time, I hope this helps.